No, you don't have to eat. None we cook. Because she was doing some research for the West Indies Medical Journal. That time I meet Ian, see Ian right there, so you know. See Ian right there, so. Them time they might eat uncooked food, live food. And we actually call Ital. We're not doing the things that we're doing now. But if I try Ital again, me know say why we still eating uncooked food. We're not using the process. And I'm going to use some for clean my teeth. We're not just use true sick. I probably use our fever grass roots or I use shoe black roots. Because fever grass roots have that mental thing. It make them the men tonight. You know, however, you have to be careful because they know because they're using the true stick, if you're not careful, you kind of bring up your gum line too much because you do it too hard. You have to know you do it and things. We're not using no soap because we know so the soap have been poisoned at the time. But if you look and see that some of the ingredients in the soap would be like the citrus plants. So you use the same citrus plant. You use the orange, you use the lime. See, you use the grapefruit. See, you use pepper elder, which is the next irie plant you use. You use squawk bush. These are things that country people do, you know. Some don't want to feel like it's magic. People working in the bridge. If you listen to grandparents most of the time, who wouldn't go wrong. So the sister talk about how you dry herbs. Poor people don't take fresh herb and boil tea. Them don't put herb on the sun to dry it out. Them know say you quail the herbs in a cool air. Anyone who plant ganja know it as well. If you plant ganja, you don't put ganja in the sun. Because you know the sun is what activates the thing that will start dissipate. You want to put in a cool place. So you know say you can have all that thing inside of the plant. The same thing with your skin. You use the plants in your skin, we know say every yellow plant good for your skin. Every yellow plant good for your skin. And remember, you know, you can't use something say for external use only. Because anything you use for your skin go inside your body because your skin is the largest organ. See, so if you ever send me a product and I can't eat it, I can't use it for my skin. We cannot. I'm saying these things not out of love it come out of. It's the help them do it. And in truth and in fact, when the bird man try bingy, it's ridiculous them try to ridicule I and I as bird apple man. If you hear the things them talk about the ones who try as bird apple, yeah, you can live and be a live like a rabbit. No, being a rabbit is a habit, most of people know because I live and live. Why? Because globally, one that every 4 persons suffer from some kind of disease, and the first disease tend to be obesity. And they go live to the other lifestyle disease, maybe diabetes, high blood pressure, etc. And the Virgin mentioned about your bloodstream. He say, "You don't have enough time." But the reality is, if your blood not clean, you're going dead. And a simple thing that bird apple use, with even talking about the science, is bird pepper. Them call it cayenne pepper. You go online and so much people talk about if you use cayenne pepper, just drink a tablespoon, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper every day, and then clean out all of your arteries. All of those impurities in your bloodstream, it clean out. Because your blood flow, if your blood not flowing, you're going to be in problems. So these people that we know, over 48 years, profile them, actualize them. All the man name called, we never use, everybody name start with I. Because not about the iris, I'm saying I'm living I. So you have I-Fi, I-Ri, I-Fi, everybody name start with I. And not by chance we know that I is one of the most important letters of the alphabet. No. It is the most important in the alphabet. Based on numerology is equal to 9. It's the most perfect letter. But it also means people in them most highest state. I is prime, which is first. It's that conscious you want to go to, you know. The way you sit influences their iris. I give Mikey a book the other day. And I hope that all the enemy upon an email so we can start selling some book. And the age of information in man. So the objective is to give people information. People can't teach you nothing, you have to teach yourself. See things through your own lens and through your own iris. That book was written by a bird named Lead Beater over 100 years ago. And the book is called Vegetarianism. This is a white man writing a book for white people. You know, the man described people who eat animals in that book over 100 years ago. Vampires. He was actually explaining why as much murders taking place in Europe, because he was saying that the people were murdering the animals. That's how you use the word. They were murdering animals and eating them, and as an esoteric person was saying that the spirits of those animals were out here and getting to people's head. In Jamaica, a man tells you the wickedest man is a what? He's a butcher man. Him quick to chop you up. Now this is a white man writing something over 100 years ago. But in our own space, we know that if you have a habit of killing, your iris move towards killing. If you have a habit of life, your iris move towards life as well. The same way you eat. The more things you eat that are alive, is the more you celebrate life, is the more you recognize and appreciate life in everything that's around the eye. So the science is important. Because again, as a youth in an institution, of course, I preach love science. But I learn as a researcher. Researchers don't create anything. What I do is observe people's behavior and try to understand the behavior and write about it in a way where you can put the information out there. But who are the real professors? It's just the man who live it. See? I say again, it's what 50 years I know some iron people live that live. See? One of the concerns though I find with the Ital at the time was the B12 component. I mean, I'm not doing the science, you know. I don't know how important B12 is in terms of your nerve. And while B12 is usually found in the soil, so all plants should have B12 in it, you know. But they should. They don't have it anymore. Why? Because they put much poison in the earth. I mean, I said B12 is very, it responds to heat, you know. So if you have something that contains B12, like a plant, and you can put fire upon the plant, you know that B12 is gone. So all sprouted plants are B12 because B12 is one of the most important things for life to start. So if you just plant a plant and it starts to sprout, whether there are peas or any plant, it should have B12, especially with dirt having B12. But we know what the world is saying. Most of these plants that we eat, their nutrient density is very, 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 very low. Most of the commercialized plants that we eat as vegetables, the nutrient density is extremely low. So when you think Ital IWC, it's be a wild plant, Spanish eagle, parsley, the same plants we hear these people talking about. The leaf them off of the trees, them off of the fruit tree, because remember, if a tree not have no leaf, it can't bear no fruit. That means that the first place where the nutrient is in there, is in the leaf. And grannies used to let old people do those things. The elderly people used to use the same leaves and boil and make teas. And you know that almost every fruit tree that you have, the leaf is good for the circulation of the blood. Why? Because fruit trees are electrical food. Your blood carry oxygen. Every now no oxygen in your blood, you're dead. You are a living fire person. We are fire beings. So again, we can say it in the fancy ways we want to say it. But if we truly appreciate the brain of our elders, of our grannies, we can't go wrong. We'll never go wrong. Sometimes we overrate. So you say, oh, Dr. Naif have a PhD and MSc. You check if we can eat a PhD and MSc. You check if I eat food, she's a PhD and MSc, you can save it. We overrate academic accreditation. And the one them who is the longest liver is the most important thing, you know. Because you can have 10 PhD and you dead by your 40. I know some people who, a real example, I did in their mommy, a jungle no grow. Mommy is the poorest person who come from jungle. So I am come from jungle. Mommy couldn't even afford to take a bus. So it's walk, she walk all her life. I granny dead. I am for granny dead. Who am I granny dead? And the only person alive is mommy. Is the longest liver. Why is she the longest liver? She's not eating Ital, you know. But she's the most important exercise. She's walking every day. She's not got a bus yet. So, what professor could tell you that? With professor doing those things. We have bleeding disease most of the time, we have car disease most of the time. Because we drive now the while, so we belly start get big, we start get lazy, we start do all those things. Then we're going to pay money for going to our gym, because it's a show with the pan. Yeah, we're going to our gym. So it's about looking like. And look how long far I tell the ones them. We're not going to the gym. When you plan that the hill is a farmer, it's the best exercise. Farming. If you're not farming no food, you're farming food. Let me tell you that. See? Farming is the best exercise. Why is the best exercise? What did you start for? People don't farm now, so not. No. You tell me to start talking. You talk with the everything. Check it out. You rise in the morning early. What is the first food you eat when you're born? It's ear. What is the last food you eat when you're dead? It's ear. The most important food to eat is not just ear, it's fresh ear. See? So the farmer don't farm a polluted space. As him rise, him going to the farm. Him start to get the ear. But him also connected to the ground and the plants. That means him a rebalance him system. The plant itself. Because remember there's a relation between plant and man now. We give up oxygen and them consume it. We give up oxygen and consume it, yes? No, we give up carbon dioxide, them consume it. Them give up oxygen and we consume it. There's a relationship. So from the start plant, you start to eat. So that when the plant grow and you cook it, or when the plant grow and you scrape acid, you start to eat. You start to eat when you start to plant. Yes, whether you're plowing or you're weeding, you're exercising. It's exercise. Exercise don't have to be no strenuous thing. My father usually tell I say, it's only man alone exercise jerky. Every animal exercise in a very fluid way. So when you do the yoga them, you realize that all of the yoga poses are based upon the names of animals. Yes? Yeah. So note, you're doing the simple exercise which keeps your body moving. And it's not just a physical exercise anymore. It's also a mental exercise because you're connecting with the plants. People talk to plants. Every farmer talks to plants, you know.
Yes.
Every farmer.
Yes.
But you can't keep mice in the farm. You can't keep mice in the farm, it never grow. Just as how we know, say, if you go eat food from people who cook, and those people who cook hours are quality. Long time people say you belly have an earth if you eat the food. And that have a work of time. You buy the food and the food good, but you find say you feel sick. And I say, oh, I feel sick. I should remember that bad mood, so that transfer because change can be created now, this strike can only change one. Watch a give thanks because people are waiting. We'll connect. I hope that Mikey, given that book which is called Vegetarianism, I'm going to give him a portion more books. See, so get an email to the Virgin so you can transfer. Remember man, the greatest thing between knowledge and wise man is intuition. Don't make nobody full of paid or nothing. Think out things for yourself, get information for yourself, read for yourself, and listen to the eye self. Give eyes it.
Yes, bless and love. Dr. Karamawan.